This is another problem that I encountered myself, is looking for meaning outside of myself. And whenever somebody says, I'm looking for the meaning of life, that's looking outside of yourself. When you have your values and you're living those values and you're embodying those values, your highest ones, the meaning is there. You will feel purposeful and meaningful. So I would say take that back to what we're doing here. And instead of looking outside of yourself, maybe what you need is better understanding yourself, creating more meaning for yourself, not the meaning of life, because that's really, really broad. And it's also implying that you know what everyone else's meaning is as well, because it's all of life. So the meaning of your life, and what value or what quality would you need in order to understand that?
I think it's more finding out the mysteries is the meaning of my life. I don't know how to put that one as curiosity.
Curiosity is a quality, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I would think curiosity. Are you a curious person?
Yeah, a lot.
When you're living your highest values, you don't even have to think about life being meaningful or purposeful. It just is, because you're living the thing that you value most. It's quite an incredible way to live.
So when I look at freedom, it's the same thing if I were to make it specific. There's a financial freedom that I'm looking for that then gives me freedom for my other values.
Okay, so are you financially free?
No.
Okay, so we don't want to deceive ourselves we don't want to build in a quality of feeling financially free when we're not, because we might go spend a bunch of money that we don't have. Yeah. So what resource would you need to be financially free?
To do what I'm doing and build the path that I'm on.
The path that you're on. So what separates you right now, other than the actual numbers in your bank account, but in who you are right now, if you simply plugged in X resource, you would have everything you need to be financially free. What is that resource?
Persistence.
Okay.
I am persistent.
And you are persistent. Okay, so you might already be there. And then we can also strengthen persistence, even if it's not an ambiguous quality. So we can work on that too. So, but what happens is when there's something I want to achieve, an outcome that I want to achieve, and freedom is part of it, like financial freedom. I can't say for myself that I'm 100% financially free. So we're talking about something that's more tangible.
Mm-hmm.
So when I check into myself, well, what's really stopping me? What's missing for me that is stopping me from being financially free? The quality within myself, and I can identify that resource and then check in, do I have it or not? It could be, something along the lines of, I guess this is on my mind because I've been reading about this, the metaphysical properties of wealth.
Mm-hmm.
So if I understood an understanding of the metaphysical properties of wealth, then that might enable me, and then you can sort of work with that until you have a quality that you can put together that will enable you to do that.
Right. That's part of it too.
What do you mean by the metaphysical quality of wealth?
Oh, we're going to derail. Have you heard of the book Think and Grow Rich?
Yeah, I'm a financial advisor, so very intrigued by this.
So, you can get books on step 1, step 2, step 3, which is probably a lot of what you do if you're a financial advisor.
Mm-hmm.
The metaphysical properties are that sense of gratitude, feeling the sense of abundance, those things that welcome wealth into your life. Mm-hmm. Gratitude was the first quality that I used when I was working with this model. And that just blew my world up. I'm glad I started with that one, because when I did that, the transformation, it happened within 15 minutes. And it was so intense that I immediately wrote this long email to Steve and said, here are my findings. And he wrote back very quickly and said, wonderful, I understand. I can see from what you've written here, you got it, keep doing it. Suddenly, when I felt grateful all the time, my mind was sorting for abundance. I was happy about all the things that I already had, so it was like I just was propelled on top of that to find things that were constantly around me that were just serendipitously seemed to be falling into my life. The difference was that when gratitude was an ambiguous quality, sometimes I got that and sometimes I didn't, because my mind was sorting it out. If I didn't feel grateful, well, I didn't allow things, these seemingly serendipitous things to happen to me. I just sort of sorted them away from me. And especially if you feel undeserving, you will push these things away from you. So having that sense of gratitude for me was also a sense of abundance. Wow, I live a pretty incredible life. I don't go hungry. I have a car. I live in a beautiful town, and I'm constantly aware of this. And so because I'm constantly aware of it, I'm constantly welcoming and sorting for more abundance. You can't be so ungrateful that you suddenly, start receiving these things or withhold happiness from yourself, and then somehow along the way you accomplish enough stuff to finally be happy. It just doesn't work that way. Believe me, I've tried.